Tip number 1. Early bird gets the worm. Getting up early, doesn't it sound like torture? The old adage, there aren't enough hours in the day, comes to mind often. One trick to success is to eat lunch while other people are having breakfast. An early night and an early rise will give you the sleep habits you need to perform throughout the day. Getting up early in the morning helps you jumpstart your day. Not only will it give you more time for your work, but you'll be alert and ready to go when you start your workday. Studies have shown that when a person gets up early, they're more active during the day and they will take less time to complete their work. Remember though to take a break and get outside. Let your body absorb some vitamin D from sunshine, which as a result reduces health risks from the lack of daylight. Tip number 2. Become proactive. Carefully plan and ensure that you have everything you need to start your day. It will save you time and allow you to be more productive during the day. Before starting your work, make sure that you're organized. Make sure that your laptop and phone are charged and that you get all of the necessary tools on hand that you'll need. If you're searching for items you need in the morning, it will set you off on the wrong foot and it will waste valuable time. So it's important to pre-plan what you need the night before. At the end of the day, reflect on your actions and review them to analyze how your work can be done more efficiently. Tip number 3. Minimize interruptions. There are many people who have the death scrolling addiction of constantly checking their phones for any missed notifications. They keep on surfing the internet without any valid purpose. It's important not to be distracted by your devices. Try installing one of the many apps that can help you limit your non-productive screen time. An open door policy is important for work cohesion. However, colleagues who pop their head into your office too often may cause enough minor interruptions to cause a decline in your efficiency. Studies show that we spend over 2 hours a day with distractions, and after being interrupted, it takes 21 minutes to concentrate back on your work. Setting office hours, keeping your door closed, and muting notification can help you finish your work before time. So create a tight bubble of complete concentration when doing your work in order to avoid missing your deadlines. Tip number 4. Create a to-do list. Most of the time, we get frustrated by the amount of work we have on our plate. We often end up doing the bare minimum of work owing to the vast volume of the work that lies ahead. So what's the best possible solution? A to-do list. Writing down the tasks is an effective way to stay focused and organized, which will result in getting your work done quickly. You can write down your to-do list in a notebook, on a calendar, or on a phone app. There is even a psychological benefit from the process of writing down a list of objectives. It will motivate you and you'll get a sense of satisfaction when you tick them off one by one from the list. When you try to remember your to-do list from memory, it just creates another thing to stress over. But once it's written down, it's easy to action it. Tip number 5. Eat the frog. Don't panic! Eating a frog is obviously a metaphor. This is a simple method of identifying the most difficult and challenging task of the day and doing it first. Most people make the mistake of starting with the easiest task, but when you begin with a tough task, you'll be so relieved when you finish them. It will motivate you to work even harder. So when you have a multitude of things to do, start by eating the frogs on your to-do list. You can also correlate it with the 80-20 rule. This states that 20% of what you do will give you 80% of the results. So evaluate what few things in your life or at work that would make the biggest difference and do them first. Tip number 6. Focus on one task at a time. While a limited number of individuals excel at multitasking, for the majority of people, multitasking can reduce productivity. To deliver high quality in the same period of time or less, concentrate on one task and finish it completely before going on to the next. Doing many tasks at a time will slow you down while creating the illusion that you're progressing fast. When you multitask and your brain turns to a new project, you'll have to go back and retrace those steps when you return to your previous task. When the brain is hopping from task to task, doing two things simultaneously, you're more likely to make minor mistakes. You can get disoriented and have to restart the task. Why not dedicate your time to one activity and do it well instead of doing each one half-heartedly? Tip number 7. The Parkinson Law. Have you ever had a task that could be done right away in just a few hours, but since it didn't need to be done for 2 months, you kept on postponing? Parkinson Law states that work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. This is usually not seen as a positive thing, but you can actually use it to work faster, achieve more, and boost your overall productivity. First, choose the most important task. Then measure the average time required for its completion. Then decrease this time by 10 to 15%. For example, if an assignment requires an hour to complete, try to complete it in 50 minutes, and you will magically see how you start to work faster. It's a human phenomenon that we tend to overestimate things. You will then gradually start to push yourself, so slowly keep on decreasing the time to finish the work faster. Tip number 8. Follow your biological clock. You may have heard from others that they are the most productive at specific times of the day. This applies to everybody, and no one can expect to be effective all through the day. Those hours where we are the most alert are crucially important. You will be able to accomplish more with less time and master the art of performing tasks on time. The biological clock is different for every individual. Therefore, a person's productivity varies at different hours of the day. So understanding your normal body rhythm and identifying when you are the most active during the day is crucially important. Determine your highest energy hours and schedule your activities accordingly. Work on high-priority projects during those hours to get the best out of the day. Tip number 9. Set deadlines. Let yourself feel a sense of urgency so you don't feel you have all day to complete a task. Each task on your to-do list must have a deadline. Understanding that you have a timetable will assist you in prioritizing projects and will reduce your procrastination. It will allow you to fit your work-life balance in with the timetable. If you do not keep track of the time, you might get stressed that there isn't enough time to complete the work. Following the timing for each project will keep you perfectly coordinated with your everyday work schedule. This is particularly important when you don't have a moment to think. Tip number 10. Give yourself a reward. After successfully finishing the deadline, don't forget to reward yourself. Studies have shown that waiting for a reward until you finish the work elevates the anticipation and gives you a helpful push to complete your work faster. So, think of a reward you can use to make your work more enjoyable. It will spur you on and you will achieve your tasks much more quickly. The reward might be a fancy coffee, chocolate, going for a walk, watching a movie, or anything productive that you enjoy doing. Having short breaks over the course of the work can help you be more productive. Your mind gets strained after continuous work, so taking short breaks during long working hours replenishes your lost energy. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos about productivity tips to work faster and much more. Check out this playlist of our top 10 videos of psychology tips, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care!